Hey, welcome to Alvas Music. This is Seth's Tone Zone. This week I am bringing you 3 very well priced reverbs. I should say moderately priced for those with a smaller wallet. I noticed that I kind of tend to cover pedals in the boutique range that are a little higher in price. Not all the time, sometimes. And we have these 3 reverbs here that are really nicely priced and new. Most of them are new. I think the MXR is the only one that's not new here. So, and what I mean by price range is 2 of them are $199 and one of them is a strange like $147 and change. Electro-Harmonix tend to do that, and it's their newer pedal from this year called the Oceans 11 Reverb. Walrus, which we kind of updated our Walrus collection. I've been doing a lot of their stuff. They have the Fathom. I wanted to do this earlier in the year, but it got bought up so fast that we didn't have any for a little while. Just got it back. And the MXR Reverb. So the MXR and the Walrus are both $199 price point, which is kind of become the standard, I think, of most really good pedals. It's not too boutique. It's more middle ground, really. And the Oceans 11, which Electro-Harmonix, for some reason, can always keep those costs down pretty good on most of their pedals at $147 and change. So they are all beautiful reverbs. So what I'm playing through, of course, the V40 Deluxe, I have the reverb off, because that would make no sense if I'm showing reverbs off from pedals. I'm playing a beautiful Nash S63. We've had this in the shop for a while. It's become a favorite of all of our employees here and people that come and try it out. So I think we just restrung it up with some NYXLs, I think, yesterday. So they seem pretty new. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, 212 creamback from Victory, partially open in the back, mic'd by an SM57, and there's not much else I can do but start in with these pedals and what they do. So, as you know, reverb always comes on amps, and I mean, I don't really need to explain the history of reverb. What am I talking about? If you're watching this video, you just want to see the differences between these pedals. Reverb has really grown into a crazy echo game now. That's a stupid joke. A crazy game of like these crazy shimmer reverbs, and it's gotten really ambient more than. These have those classic plates, springs. If you don't have it on an amp or you don't like the amp's reverb, you know, why not try a pedal? You know, a lot of people like to put these things through effects loop. I'm running to the front today because that's how I like to do it. Old school. So let's start talking about these pedals. I'm going to start with the brand new Oceans 11 Reverb. It has a ton of different modes. Hall, spring, echo, shimmering, all those kinds of crazy effects. There's millions of them in here, and they all have, with this mode switch, you can get into secondary functions and controls. I'm not going to get too deep into these things today. I'm just going to kind of demo them, you know, as I go here. And tone control, time control, overall mix. It's pretty basic. It also has a out here for what's called infinite, which the Fathom kind of has in the sustain control that I'll get to a little bit later, which makes you, I think, able to freeze a phrase and then play on top of it. It's kind of cool. I really can't do that here when I'm playing, but if you're into that kind of getting really crazy and freezing a phrase up and then playing over it, kind of like a loop thing, but on the fly, more of a live thing, then that's probably for you. Okay, Oceans 11. I had a really cool shimmer mode going on here when I was messing with it before we started. So here's the clean tone of the Nash Victory. I go through the neck pickup because that's what Strats are made for. Neck pickups, I think so. Sounds great. I'll switch if I want. Oceans 11. Pretty cool. A lot of people know what shimmer sounds like, but you know, I thought I'd show it off a little bit. That's really nice long tails, and if you have like a volume swell pedal, that's really cool for that. Cool. Let's see what some other stuff it does. There's the poly section, which I think is poly octaves. I never know what to do. I just want to play Rage Against the Machine or something, you know what I mean? Can't play Rage. But we got your more basic ones. When I turn this back, here's a nice hall reverb, which you can tame back with that mix knob. Spring. Ooh, that's a little harsh. There is a tone control, maybe that'll help. Not really. That is a bright spring. It's very modern. But that's cool. If you're into that, good for you. What is that one? I can't even see it. I have to stand up for this one. Plate, echo. Let's see what that one is. Oh, a little delay. So to me, that just sounds like a delay. It doesn't really sound like a reverb. Kind of have to make it crazy. Yeah, that's cool if you don't have a delay pedal. It's almost a makeshift delay right there. Let's move on to the next pedal, which is the Walrus. First of all, I want to say that $147 price point is really nice, and it does sound very decent. I was kind of expecting, I don't want to say a lower quality, but you know, when you're not paying as much, I was, you know, you wonder, they're not cheaping out on the sound, I will tell you that much. So it's probably more, gosh, I don't mean to be critical. It's probably more in quality of parts and stuff more than anything. But I wouldn't say it's flimsy. It just, sometimes their knobs feel a little flimsy. Something like that. They always feel like, but it's actually nicely designed. It's got a cool little design on it. I like the color and stuff. Okay, let's move on. The Fathom from Walrus. It has a lot of different controls on it here. Let's see what we got. Decay, dampen, mix overall. The X knob always does something different to every kind of algorithm. That's what Walrus tends to do. They have 4 different algorithms on this. It's the same thing. It's kind of what the Oceans 11 is doing. There's a hall setting, a plate setting, a long reverb, and then S is called sonar, which that's what they call it. It's more of that octave thing that kind of the Oceans 11 thing does. It also has that knob where you hold it down. This is sustain, not knob. Sorry, switch right here. Sustain switch. You can make the freeze and play over it. That's really cool. So, what's it called here? Sorry, I'm a little tired this morning. I haven't completely woken up. I didn't have any coffee, as you can see. There's also a toggle for low, medium, and high modulation. So that is really cool. $199 price point. That you get a lot of features for like an extra $50 as opposed to the Oceans 11. But not as many algorithms. But you know, less is more sometimes. So let's hear what that sounds like. And a nice soft switch there. I like that. This is their hall setting. It's very nice. I like that. It sounds really nice. It has a nice quality to it. I'm going to turn up to decay. Some of these mix. Leave it on that hall. I'm going to turn up the modulation. And the X, I believe, is pre-delay, which is kind of hard to explain in a reverb sense. It's the way it's reflecting off the wall, I believe. I could be wrong on that. I'm going to turn it up. See what that sounds like. That sounds nice. Really hear that modulation on high. If I put it back to low, it's still there, but super nice. I'm gonna go up to plate. I've always kind of been a spring reverb guy. I haven't gotten into plates as much, but there is something I like about a plate reverb. It's shorter most of the time, unless you set it to be long here, and it's just nice. It doesn't have that springiness, I guess. It's hard to explain. It's more of it's just the way you hear things, you know. I'm sure you can trip it out here by turning all this stuff up. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Cold? That's cold. I just realized when I said the next setting is going to be a long delay, it's actually lo-fi. Now in their other ARP87 delay, they had a lo-fi setting that was pretty crazy. It really got super filtery and stuff like that. Let's see if it does that on this. Am I on it? Turn this down a little bit. Yeah, I can hear it has that kind of filtery lo-fi. A lot of reverb. Let's get to the crazy one. This is Sonar, which is going to do an octave. I'm going to kind of make it kind of crazy here. Shimmery as well. X might control the octave. Let's see. It's actually more of the shimmer. There we go. I think I can't handle the chord. That's really cool. It's a nice sound. Alright, I'm going to move on to the MXR, which came out, I don't know how many years ago, a couple years ago, something like that. Once again, very affordable, $199. You toggle through these by hitting the tone knob. There's two, I think, of each here. Oh no, it goes side to side. Here's their plate. If I turned it on, it might be good. Spring. That spring is definitely, I think, a little better than the Oceans 11. It's just a little more manageable. Let's see here. This is just say epic, so I'm assuming it's going to be super cavernous. Cool. Mod here. We got a room and pad. That's their shimmer, I guess. Can't always have shimmer. That's cool. It's a little different though. It's really what flavor you like, you know. What's really cool about this is price point really makes a big difference, because you had other ones like the Strymon Blue Sky, which I would love to demo next to this, or the Big Sky, but you know, $300 and $480, I think, for the Big Sky. That used to be the only way you can get these kind of shimmer reverbs until like TC, I think, got it on the Hall of Fame too. Other companies started coming out with it. The MXR, I think, was one of the first ones to make it affordable. So for those on a budget but that want some of those features of those big boy reverbs, maybe not every feature, there's a lot out there, and these three are definitely some of those. So I forgot to say, the Oceans 11 has a mode switch. I think I did say that, didn't it? Yeah. Mode switch that does secondary functions, kind of like a Strymon pedal does. That's cool. I think I've gone over everything I wanted to go over. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll be back next week with a new video. And comment, subscribe. I finally have caught up on all my comments, I think. Took me a little while to figure out password change-ups, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for joining me.